On today's episode of Sled Tech, we're talking about the Titan. In the shop today, we've got the brand new Titan Adventure 650 on the Matryx platform. Totally re-engineered, a bunch of new awesome features, going to the most capable Widetrack that we've ever built. So new for 2025 is this all-new Matryx Widetrack platform. So the Axis Widetrack, the Titan in the Axis platform that we launched for 2018, was the first real modern Widetrack from Polaris. It was a new level of capability, a new level of what it could do and what it could get done out on the snow. We learned a lot and made a lot of developments and upgrades to the Axis Titan, and all of that and more went into the Matryx platform that you see in front of you. Like I said earlier, this is by far the most capable Widetrack we've ever built at Polaris. When you're buying a Widetrack, you're buying it to get stuff done. If you're buying a Widetrack, it's because you got work, tasks, activities out on the snow that require lots of capability. You got to tow, haul, get through the conditions and the terrain, and that's exactly what the Matryx Titan is designed for. All kinds of next level capability. So starting up here at the front of the sled is where a lot of this new capability and new levels of performance comes from, in the form of the all-new front suspension and new ski on the Matryx Titan. Designed specifically for Widetrack snowmobiles, right? Widetrack, like we said, is getting work done, tough conditions, towing loads, you're going through deep snow, there might be stuff underneath the snow, so all of that is designed here right into the front suspension. So we start with this new high clearance IFS, which has high clearance lower arms. So you see the big bump here. It's a reinforced lower control arm that has more clearance to just go over more obstacles in the snow, especially when you got maybe a load on the front here with the front hitch. 39 to 41 inch adjustable front suspension. So you got adjustment down here. You can adjust the skis in or out, right? 39 inches for more agility when you're off trail going side to side. 41 inches more stable on the trail, more of a planted feel, more stability, especially if you got a passenger or something, you're doing more trail riding. And then 40 there is in the middle to kind of split the difference. The next piece is this all new TrailBreaker ski. So this isn't the gripper ski that's been on the old Titan and is on the RMKs as well. This is the TrailBreaker ski. So it's an all new utility focused ski specifically for Titan. It has a lot of the shape of a gripper at the front, maintaining a lot of that off-trail flotation that we really like with the gripper, and is really helpful, especially for a big vehicle like a Titan when it's more loaded down. But in the back, it's got this really cool kick up. It kind of tapers back and has a kick up in the back, so it goes backwards as well as it goes forwards. That was one of the things we wanted to do with Titan, is got to be able to back up in deep snow. And the skis are a big part of that. So these TrailBreaker skis not only have good trail manners, good flotation and the front design there, but in the back have a kick up so that when the sled is in reverse and you're backing up in deep snow, it helps skip that ski on top of the snow and keep that flotation going backwards. Moving here to the rear suspension, this is a massive upgrade for Matryx Titan. This is the all new Backtrack 20 rear suspension, specifically designed just like the front for the Titan. So it's a 20-inch wide Widetrack, so 5 inches wider than the rest of our snowmobiles. That's where the 20 comes from. And it was designed to do a couple things really well. First, carry big loads smoothly and comfortably. You got the passenger seat here, obviously the big rack, you got a big sleigh on the back. You can really load down a Titan. So we wanted a suspension that handles those big loads really well, and that's exactly what this does. It's got really good geometry in the back that helps keep the sled stable, keep it planted, whether you're riding by yourself or you've got a big load. Adjustable torsion springs here in the back as well, so you can crank them up when you've got a big load on the back or a passenger or a trailer or something like that. You can turn them down when it's just you riding. The other big objective with the new Backtrack 20 rear suspension is the rear articulation. So when you're riding your Titan out in the deep snow, especially if you've got a lot of weight on the back or you've got a trailer or something like that, you kind of go forward, back up, go forward, right? You're braking trail. You need to be able to back up in the deep snow. So this Backtrack 20 has a new rear articulation design. What that means is that the rear part of the skid here, so the rear axle, isn't fixed to the sled, it's articulating. So when you go to back up, it actually comes up and will kick up to improve the approach angle of the rear axle to the snow that it's encountering when it's going backwards. In forward, this is as low as it gets, so the rear axle will never fall all the way in line with the skid, so it serves as a tip-up rail going forward. Helps the handling on the trail because you've got, you know, less track on the ground, so it'll turn a little better like a shorter track might. Second, you get it off trail, all the way back to the rear axle will be in the snow, and you get the flotation. Whether you got big loads or you're just riding through the deep snow, the Backtrack 20 is really a game changer in that next level performance for the Matryx Titan. Now this rack comes standard on all of the Titan Adventures, and this rack does a lot of really cool stuff. So first of all, it's a fully steel rack. It's got all kinds of different tie downs on it, so you've got all kinds of points to put bungee straps or something. You can fit 85 pounds of gear as the capacity inside the rack, whether it's wood, big bags, some fishing gear, whatever it might be, right? Put it in there, strap it in, you're on your way. The rack also has our new accessory mounting system on the side. So these are called our core mount, and they're a universal attachment for all of our Titan accessories that go on the side of the rack. So the way it works is you bolt these to the rack, and then these are quick on and off. We've got the accessories off. We're gonna put some on here in a little bit and show you how that works. But a really slick, easy on and off, toolless removal of your accessories from the rack. Obviously, like you guys saw, it's got the provisions for the passenger seat mounting up here, so that mounts right on top of the rack. And then another really cool thing is it's still got 3-position lock and ride flex inside. So you can either put a bunch of stuff in the rack and kind of pile it in. You can use these lock and ride flex mounts and the inserts down here in the tank. Put any of our bags or lock and ride flex accessories right in here. When you're done using your lock and ride flex bag, these pegs for the lock and ride flex come out. You simply flip them over, put them right back in, and now you can put wood or something like that in the rack without worrying about those pegs getting in the way. So one of the really cool little innovations on the Matryx Titan that makes a really big difference when you're out working this sled hard, especially in deep snow, is this snow flap. So the snow flap does a couple really cool things. The first piece is it's a dual material snow flap. So the top piece here is more rigid, and then it's way more flexible down here on the bottom. The purpose of that is if you're backing up with the snow flap on and it gets stuck up underneath the track, it'll quickly come right back out. It's not one of those snow flaps where it's going to get stuck in there and get bent and then you're never going to get it back to shape. It's got really flexible back here, so no matter what kind of conditions you're going forward or backward in, it's really easy to work with. The second piece is really cool. If you're going through really deep snow or you're backing up a bunch or you're going really slow through deep snow, you can just take the thing off. So, completely toolless removal of the snow flap. So you can take the snow flap off, you can set it in the rack, strap it in, you can set it off to the side, whatever you need to do. And when you're ready to put it back on, go back down the trail, you got unstuck, whatever you need to do, you slide this thing right back in. So the Titan comes standard with the Hitch as well, and a 1,200 pound towing capacity, which is a lot, right? You can do a lot of work, carry a lot of gear with a 1,200 pound towing capacity. You pair that with the 85 pound capacity in the rack and you've got a lot of capacity to go get done what you need to. So the last piece back here is another really cool little innovation that makes a big difference when you're out on the snow. In the wintertime, a lot of the time it's darker than it is lighter, right? You're doing a lot of riding at night, the sun sets early, it rises late. So this Titan Adventure comes standard with the integrated work light into the tail light. So this big long LED light here serves as the tail light as well as a work light. So what that means is up here on the dash, it's got a button. All you do is turn the work light on and that entire tail light will illuminate a bright white floodlight so that you can see when you're hooking up a trailer or if you need to do something in the rear of the snowmobile, it lights it up at night. So the Titan is incredibly capable on its own, and we've talked through a lot of those key features on this episode, but it's got to have a bunch of accessories in order to specialize and get dialed in for exactly whatever you want to do out on the snow. So we've got this thing loaded up with a ton of accessories, both some new Titan-specific accessories that go with the 650 Titan Adventure, and then some of our standard Matryx accessories that you might be used to seeing that integrate right into this sled as well. And like we said earlier, this uses our core mount, which is a common quick attach mount for all of these accessories on the Titan rack. So I'll show you how it works. We'll take our auger off here real quick. Just pop the auger off. We'll set that over here. And then this core mount is really slick. So you take these pins out, just like that. It kind of falls down a little bit. And there you go. Right away. And now you're ready to go put a different accessory on. Or if you just want to go for a quick trail ride, don't need to carry these accessories with you. You want to go fishing again, you get ready to go. Put your core mount back on. Put your pins in. Now your ice auger mount's ready to go. Throw your ice auger on and head to the lake. Over here we've got the hub house carrier, so the pop-up ice house carrier that we've got right here. Just straps on real tight. And then like we said, in the middle, right, it's full lock and ride flex still. So we've got a single position bag kind of tucked up under the passenger seat here. And then we've got our 2-position expandable bag here and taking up the rear 2 positions. So got all my ice fishing gear right here, all kinds of stuff under here in the bag for lock and ride flex. Room for a passenger, somebody to come fishing with me, and I'm ready to roll. So up front here on this one, we've got our accessory HD bumper. So really, really beefy bumper, as you can see, ties right back into the chassis here, right above the shock tower mount. And then also has a 1-inch receiver here on the front for a winch or rack or something like that. Super beefy, really durable, and when you really got to get through some tough terrain, a lot of brush or something like that with your Titan, lots of protection to protect the bodywork and the sled. When we move up here, this is where we get to see more of the accessories that you guys are probably familiar with, because it's still a Matryx. So the very center of a Titan is still very much like a Matryx. So what that means is our accessory lights, both the punch and flood, all of our windshields, so the tall Alaskan windshield or any of our accessory windshields, all fit right up onto the Titan. So here when we look at the console area, a couple of really cool pieces. First, these are our knee pad accessories, so really comfortable, especially if you're pushing your legs into the console a lot or riding tight trails or whatever it may be. Just added some additional comfort there for your knees. And then up here on the console, we've got accessory blanks put right into the console, ready to take even more switches for more accessories that you might want to add. So for 2025, the Titan Adventure is available only in the 650 engine. And the 650 was really specifically chosen for the application of the Widetrack because it's a really, really awesome mix of plenty of power, plenty of torque, but really smooth, easy to drive, and efficient. The 650 is the most efficient engine in the Patriot lineup in terms of fuel and oil consumption. It's really smooth, it's easy to handle, but it still provides plenty of power. Whether you're riding through the deeper snow, riding on the trails, cruising, towing a big load, whatever it is, that 650 is super versatile and really matches the profile of what a lot of people want to do with their Widetrack really well. The other piece about Titan that's really awesome and some improvement to here with Matryx is the return to the high-low neutral reverse geared transmission. So even though it's a 650, it's not engine reverse like a regular trail sled where you just hit the button and it goes into engine reverse. It's what we call geared. So it's got a geared transmission, high and low gear. So high gear for cruising, low gear when you're towing or got heavy loads, going through deeper snow, and then a geared reverse. So a lot like Axis Titan, the Matryx Titan features a high-low neutral reverse geared transmission. So even though it's a 2-stroke, a 650, it's not engine reverse where you hit the button and the engine spins in reverse to back up. It's a geared transmission. So right down here on the lever, we've got high gear and low gear for our forward gears. Highs for cruising, ripping down the trail. Low gear for towing heavier loads, deeper snow, things like that. And then pull it all the way down and it goes into reverse, so a fully geared reverse. The new Matryx Titan really sets the bar in terms of Widetrack performance and capability more than we've ever done at Polaris. You know, we've enjoyed taking this sled ice fishing on Lake of the Woods quite a bit through the development right by our shop in Roseau, and we're really excited to get these out on the trail, in the snow, and out in the woods this winter. That's all we've got for today on this episode of Sled Tech. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.